Machine, coming back with you with another exciting episode of the Gaming Roundtable here on YouTube.com. Brought to you by, as always, my friends, Unpaid Gamers. That's Unpaid Gamers at YouTube.com and Twitch.com. Check out Post-Human Guy and his streaming videos there, and you can check out all the latest and greatest from him. And also, please check out this season, the man, the myth, the Apex Legend Bandloss, bringing you that awesome Apex Legends. That's right. And I am your host here at the Gaming Roundtable, People's Machine. A couple of real things real quick before we get into this video. As I have a new email for which you all can write me. Not using my personal email no more. We have a new email. As I said, I finally got it set up and everything seems to be working good on there. You can go to, you can write me at Gaming Roundtable UPG at gmail.com. That's right, that's Gaming Roundtable UGP. I don't believe you need to be caps, but you can on the UGP, but that's Unpaid Gamers UPG acronym there, but Gaming Roundtable UPG at gmail.com. If you have any questions or suggestions for some videos, if you have some comments, I appreciate that. And today's episode, real quick too, we are just about there, a day or so away from the October. That's right, baby. American Dream October Spooktacular. And that's right, the October Spooktacular, one entire month, every single day I will be playing one of my Halloween or scary based games. And believe me, I've downloaded about everything that I've owned. I should have enough to show you games like Blair Witch and Agony. I've got the Resident Evils. I've got your Dead by Daylight, your Friday 13th, your Outlast, your variety of both indie horror titles. Some will be from the beginnings, which is a series that I'm going to debut this coming up month. I talked about doing the From the Beginning episode and playing just horror games. Interestingly enough, for the first time, I'm going to have my PS camera up from the PSVR. You're going to be able to see my face. My beautiful, beautiful fiance has helped me out with this Halloween. She gave me the idea. We're going to have a banner. We're going to have some stuff. So, special shout out to the love of my life. What's your name? 052. Desiree, I love you so much. Thank you for this great and wonderful idea. Talking with John, Post-Human Guy, he told me he likes the idea of the Halloween stuff. I think it's cool. You're going to watch me play some stuff, react to some stuff, and hopefully not overreact like some people do. And just try to get into some games. I still have a few more I got to download. I have to download Soma. I have to download a couple others that I keep forgetting. And it's not going to just be strictly like complete first-person horror, blah, blah, blah. I am going to showcase titles like Bloodborne, Castlevania and stuff, because those are gothic things, Bloodstained, because even though they may not be scary, they do run with that theme. But at further ado, let's get into this video, and I want to say welcome to this episode. It's been a while, but this is another episode of What the Fuck? This is Monster Hunter World. What the fuck? Right? 3.5 years later, and they still haven't fixed all the issues that I've had with the damn game. Now, I want to preface this. By saying real quick, I've been playing Monster Hunter since the Wii U, which is a few years back. I got into Monster Hunter by playing Monster Hunter Ultimate. I had Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch. I had Monster Hunter World. I've had a lot of problems with hard drives and corrupt saves and different things. I've lost my save. My cloud stuff got corrupted somehow. I've had to start over and then start over again and start over again and then start over again. And finally, this is my character I've been playing about 4 hours, as you can see, going back through it again. This time using weapon I never thought I would use, the hunting horn. And believe it or not, the hunting horn is pretty badass. Easy to use, and I wish I would have discovered it sooner with its perks and all the other stuff. But I want to talk about this game because I both love this game and loathe this game. It's a game anymore that I only play in small doses. Everything that I had problems with seemed to have been fixed in Rise, but World 3.5 years later and constant updating, and you still haven't fixed the shit that I cannot stand in this game. I'm going to load this up, get into this game, and just talk a little bit about my issues and why they haven't been fixed, and a big important thing to note about how Capcom just had a nut all over themselves over their monsters, and why there's this bizarre difficulty thing and walls, and I'm going to get into it. So let's start this game and talk about it as it's loading into the game world. We are going to create my I think my squad session here, if it even pops up. Sometimes it takes a minute. Here we go. That I'm in the squad. My buddy Richard is a master at this game. He's very good at it. And we're going to get into the Mongolian Empire, and we're going to go to Estera. So it has to make one. Let me tell you. So the first really big thing I'm going to talk about with this fucking game that drives me absolutely ape shit. I'm going to tell you what is my bothersome with the game. A game that I both love and both sold really well. Apparently there is a problem here. Hold on a second. It can't create the session. I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Let's just create one because I don't know why. What's going on again? Of course, because this has been happening a lot. Trying to join a session, create my session with my group, my clan, and it just doesn't want to do it. And sometimes you have these issues with these online sessions, and it just absolutely drives me bonkers. It does this a lot. The last couple of months, every time I try to join, it takes a long time, or something's going on, or it says it can't create this, can't join, can't. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with on this end, because this has never been an issue until recently, and maybe you've experienced that too. Hit me up and let me know in the comments below. Hit the like and subscribe buttons as always. But Monster Hunter World, what the fuck? Why? Here's some of the things I want to get into with this. So you have, if you never played the game, spoiler alert, you have low rank, you have high rank, and you have master rank. You have 3 ranks that you get through, right? Low rank is basically hunter rank 1 through 10 or something along that lines, and then after that you get a master rank, and high rank hits, and you get so far with that, and it's just a lot of fall and ridiculousness. So the first thing I want to talk about is with this fucking game is low rank. Low rank is probably the best part about the game. A lot of people are going to say that's insane. Why would you say that? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to smarten you up a little bit. The problem with this game, and when you're into low rank, a lot of what you're wearing in your gear does help you, but it's almost not necessary, because this, you're not having to worry too much of, even though there are low rank builds, and I've done them. I've done them with the dual swords and things like that. In all honesty with you, it's one of those things, and hold on a second, guys. I will be right back. You just sit tight. What? Take more than... I couldn't hear you, man. You talk very low. I can't hear you when you talk low. What? What did you say? It's going to take more than what? Just go. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about the interruption. I apologize. Let's get into this. I'm very sorry for that little silence that's going on there. Anyway, so let's get back to it. So here's what the deal is. So in low rank, you pretty much don't have to worry too much about builds. Even though there are builds available They can and will do help, and there are benefits and options for your armor and things that will help you as you play through the game, but they're not that important. And that's actually a true and fair statement. Talking to many players in the high rank and the master rank and people I've played with, and two of my friends that were very good at the game, my buddy Richard, my buddy Corey, they told me that. They've all said that. You shouldn't worry about it too much. You know, just get to high rank, and then you can really start to worry about it when things become a little bit crazy. So anyway, so here's the thing. I have felt that this game in the low rank is so much fun because you can mix and match your armor pieces, what they have available, your different weapons, your different armor, your different abilities, and just kind of go at it. And it's kind of the learning curve. And to be honest with you, all the way up until the end of low rank, it really feels like one ginormously 5-6 hour tutorial. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but it is. That's what it feels like. Getting into that and dealing with all that, this game is a series of brick walls. It just is. And what I mean is, when you get to the high rank, this is one of the things that really grinds my gears, so to speak, is you get into high rank and you hit these fucking walls. These walls that are just all of a sudden huge difficulty spike. Now, most people say, well, why didn't you just, you know, grind out and max out some armor and weapons? Because the low rank weapons, what you can max it out to at right then and there, and armor, is virtually pointless because the monsters on the high rank do so much more damage and do so much more as far as elements and things go that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I say, well, I'm going to hunt the Anjanath until I get all of its armor and some good weapon from it. Yeah, but it's not going to matter because I've done that. And the other high-ranking monsters just hit so much harder. And until you start shoring up high-ranking armor, and that takes time because the game ultimately is incredibly grindy. There's your monster parts you get through carving and or capturing. Capturing's a better viable option, just because you'll get parts, but you need several different parts and key components, especially in the high rank. And that's what's going on here. And I hate that fucking just difficulty brick wall that you hit right off the bat in low rank into high rank. It's even worse when you get into master rank. It's just you hit a fucking wall. Iceborne does that. You get into the first thing you fight to be a Totus and forget it. It's very difficult unless you play with people. And the problem is that a lot of those missions like that, you can't. You have to fight it solo. You do not have the weapons and gear to really deal with it. And the game says you have to force you to be, okay, well, you've got to build every piece of armor. Okay, it's Beatotus, it does this ice damage and stuff, so get something that it's immune to. Use particular weapons. A lot of it's taken out. A lot of it is taken out of context because you're sitting there thinking, okay, I had to kind of play the game the way they want me to play it. I had to have specific weapons that are better against certain monsters. I got to have specific armor to wear against specific monsters. Everyone's going to look the same. I'm going to look like everybody else, which is why they added a layer armor, because they knew that. They knew that certain monsters, you should wear certain pieces of gear or certain armor set, and then you had to deal with that. And that to me is it's just ridiculous, at this point. It's just ridiculous. And I always thought, well, why can't I just wear whatever armor or whatever? And it's like, no, because I've been told, no, if you're fighting against something that does like ice or lightning or wind, you should use armors that's going to be against that. Luckily, if you don't want to look like everybody else, just use the layered armor stuff and make your layered armor sets, again, by gathering. And so the game is incredibly grindy in that sense, and it makes sense for it to be, but I feel like it's a bit much because when you carve and capture, you don't get enough parts right off the bat. This ain't a token situation or even a God Eater situation where fighting one particular powerful creature, you can go ahead and start building things from it. And tokening, I've been able to literally, because of multi-purpose rocks in part 2, I can sit there and build sometimes 2 pieces of armor and a weapon right off the bat. They're not trying to limit me on what I can and cannot do to make me grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. The other thing that I want to talk about that gets into this difficulty spike, these really big difficulty spikes where while the game is more accessible, it is not great. So here's the situation. Capcom, when they had released for Monster Hunter World the Defender weapons and the Defender armor. The problem is with the Defender weapons and Defender armors, my buddy Richard had said he wishes they never had put them in the game. Capcom months ago, one of the lead designers had said, or director had said, we realized that over 50% of our player base had not beaten the game. And I'm not meaning they went to Iceborne. I mean they could not get past Xeno'jiiva. They couldn't even get to Xeno'jiiva. They couldn't get to mastering. They couldn't get to certain things. And I read that statement and I kept saying, well, that's crazy, that more than 50% of your player base couldn't do it. So they added the Defender armor and weapons that have blast, which everything's susceptible to blast. The weapons has a much higher attack rating than everything else in the game. The armor gives you like speed sharpening and about every type of like really incredibly useful from low rank into high rank, even when you upgrade the armor. It is incredibly powerful stuff. Just to give you an example on some of this stuff, let's just throw this out here. You go to your forge equipment, and let's just look at greatsword. So you look at the Buster Sword at 384 attack. It's got 480 for the Bone Blade. The Defender Greatsword is 624 attack. Much better sharpness, as you can see here, and has 240 in blast. It's absolutely ridiculous, the difference in attack, and the damages are there. Even going from the Bone Carrier, 182 for the Defender War Hatchet, 112, 140. All of them have blast. Or look at the Hammer, 676, 180 blast, 416, 520, which is great, but that's a huge difference. Or Lance, look at that, 299, 184, 207. You get my point when it comes to that. Or you get into the armors. You get into the frickin' armors here. And what you're getting into, let's see here. I may actually already have it, but you go into, let's see here. I may have to actually go into here to do it, see if I have it. I should have it. Let's see here. Where is my equipment at? Let's see here. Equipment info. Shows you what I'm wearing there, but why isn't it not letting me select what armor am I wearing? Let's see here. Item pal. Oh no, that's right. It shows how long I haven't played this. I gotta go to the little box here. So if I go into here, change equipment, and get into like what I'm wearing here. Again, Guardian Helm A. It gives you recovery up and a health boost. Look at the defense versus what I'm wearing. 6 defense with no resistances. You got like your leather headgear gives you 2 versus fire, 2 versus water on the chainmail, but look at that 2, 2, and 3. Ice, dragon, fire. The stuff you're gonna find right away with jewel slots. This is low rank, which is pretty crazy to me to see that. It's really nuts. So it's crazy. So you see that it gives you recovery and health boost. Let's get into this again. Same thing. 50, 223, marathon runner. Recovery up. Marathon runner for the low guys, so you can just run and have better stamina. Bowen, look, Guardian, marathon again, divine blessing. All this stuff you get into skills. It tells you that reducing the damage you take slows down stamina depletion. You get into the bone coil. Guardian Coil. Again, this gives you Ice and Dragon and whatnot. Again, another big health boost, another Divine Blessing, and Origin Greaves. This gives you Divine Blessing and Marathon Runner. Again, all this stuff giving you these abilities. And it's a huge, huge difference. So if I was to put all this stuff on, which completes a set, this is stuff that they give you for free. Costs you nothing to do in a game. And go Guardian Boost, right? Look at all this stuff. I get all this crazy boost to my Marathon Runner, all this other stuff. Let's say, hey, you know what? I don't want to use this horn. I want to use one of the Defender weapons. Even the Defender, which I've been playing this. But let's go into Forge Equipment. Go back into weapons. Let's say I want to go Gunlance. Defender Gunlance, $299, $184. Huge, huge difference. The Switch Axe, which I love using. Defender Switch Axe. Again, crazy differences in damage. Even the Hunting Horn. 546 versus 336 and 4. This is low rank stuff, people. Low rank. Even the bow does 156 comparatively speaking, plus blast damage. Or if I decide to say, you know what, let's do guns. Let's go light bow gun, which I actually love using light bow gun. Defender light bow gun, 169, 130, 143. I love using the dual blades, for example. Again, huge, 182 in the Defender chainsaws. But let's go light bow gun. Let's just make this thing. We'll make it real quick. Skip past that. This is what I'm talking about. They made these weapons. Just to throw it out there, they made these weapons because they knew that their fucking game was too fucking hard, because when over 50% of the people could not get past Xeno'jiiva, and that's not even getting into Iceborne, they just stopped playing the game. They couldn't get past it. They added overpowered weapons and armor, and they said to help people get to Iceborne, to help them in the longer game. And that just goes to show you didn't do it out of kindness. You didn't add them, hey, we're going to add these cool things. You did it because you knew people were not getting through this shit. They couldn't do it. They could not get past it. They didn't know what to do with it. It's just the way it is. And to me, it's kind of sad to think that is why they added the games, because they just couldn't just tone down the damage or some of the difficulty or the huge fucking walls that you hit in this fucking game. No. Fucking Monster Hunter, what the fuck? No, you had to add OP weapons and armor for new players because people just couldn't get past it, so they quit playing. And you were like, well, we got to get these people back. We've got to get these people to come back to our game because they can't get any further. And that's why really major hardcore players were like, why did you add these stupid weapons and armor? You're just making making people not learn the game, not understanding low rank, not getting into what it needs. I mean, so to be honest with you, I welcome them for the simple fact that they are fun to use, and you can have fun with them in the low rank. They're not going to do a whole lot for you in the high rank situation. And that's how I feel about it. I feel like that in the low rank they're great, but even as you upgrade them, but they will absolutely carry you through. It's not like that they won't. They will carry you through the game, which is great. That they'll do that. And for me, it's like it will help you survive because you get the health boost, you get the marathon runner, you get certain things. The only thing they could have probably added, I'm surprised they didn't, was like speed sharpening in it, but they did not. So again, it's just all these interesting things that they could have done, didn't do, and decided not to. So, and the fact that the Defender bowgun can use flaming ammo, it can use the poison ammo, which is incredibly useful. It uses both types of poison ammo. It can use paralysis ammo. I mean, a lot of the other early light bones can't do that. Sleep ammo to knock them straight out. You can use both types of sleep, which is great. You can use exhaust ammo. It actually can use recover ammo. That's nuts. It's got trank ammo for capturing purposes. It's a very overpowered kind of weapon. Let me go back up to the top here because I need to add something to that. But that's my point. They fucking knew how difficult the game was, so they had to create weapons and armor that would help you get to the end game instead of just dialing back some of the fucking damage and the bullshit that you have to that you actually, you know, it just, to me, it's ridiculous. That they knew. They fucking knew. And you hit these terribly difficult brick walls and you just do. And I don't know why they had this stuff, why this was a thing, and they just did, and they felt like it was a necessary thing to do. I kind of wish that is something that they didn't, you know, have to add. They could have just made the ease into the game better. Token 2, for example, and Kiwami eases you slowly into the bigger monsters. You fight them, but not before they know you're ready, that you have the stuff. God Eater does the same thing. They kind of get you prepared and slowly introduce tougher monsters, but by then you're already pretty much good to go. Not this fucking game, Monster Hunter. What the fuck? You just go, here you go, here's this monster. Oh, you could go back. No, you still have to fight it. Oh, now you got to fight a fucking Anjanath. Oh, now you got to fight, and it's just this scaling up and up and up, and the weapons and armor you get in high rank and master rank, stuff like that, unless you are grinding and grinding and grinding, you really have to have every piece of gear. You have to fucking have every fucking piece of gear that there is. And it's a shame, because to me, it's like, why are you forcing me to play the game the way that you want me to play it? I have always said this. Fuck you if you're forcing me down a certain path for your game because you don't know how to fucking, you know, just dial back some of the stuff and scale it back. Not to mention that Monster Hunter World has fucking humongous 3.5 years later. I've said this in other videos. Using a lance or using a gun lance, the monsters still sometimes, with tail attacks and whatnot, will clip straight through your fucking shield. And it doesn't matter if you have a temporal mantle on. Well, temporal mantle it does, but a vitality mantle, you have double health there and all that. It will kill you instantly. It's happened so many times to me where it's like, why did it clip through there? And I'm instantly dead because it thinks the monster has hit you willy-nilly. It gets through the armor, all that stuff. It can't register it. It just assumes that you just took a straight-up hard hit, and it kills you, makes you faint, carts you, whatever. It is fucking ridiculous. I cannot stand the fact that it still does that 3.5 years fucking later. Monster Hunter, what the fuck, man? Really? You can't fix your fucking shit? You just can't do it, can you? It is so frustrating to play the game and to try to, you know, it's just fucking ridiculous. I cannot stand the fact that they have not fixed the clipping issue. It's still fucking there. Plus the fact that, you know, you make the lance the easiest weapon to use is a 1-star. You make the hunting horn that too, and I actually fell in love with hunting horn. But I can see later on, hunting horn would not be a viable strategy against some of the later monsters, especially since most of them are flying creatures. Oh, look at this. Connection to the session has been lost. So I don't know what's... Again, this has been happening lately, where the connection gets funny and things are weird in Monster. I don't know. I cannot fucking deal. Monster Hunter, what the fuck? Fix your fucking clipping issues. Please fix your clipping issues. Another thing that really pisses me off about this game is the fact that It takes too long to heal, even if you have skills to speed that up. It sucks. Fucking do that bullshit. Don't. Just sit there and take forever to fucking heal. You know, give me a faster heal, faster. You made the drinking potion, and again, I've said this before. I've said this before many times. They already said, well, we kind of looked at Dark Souls. No, I don't give a fuck if you for fucking Monster Hunter, because Dark Souls and Monster Hunter are not the same type of game. They're not even in the same fucking ballpark. Why? Why are you, you know, the Estus Flask animation is so similar to the drinking potion animation? No. It's, they're nothing alike, not even close. And yet, you're going to borrow from this game? You're going to borrow from, oh, we're going to borrow from Dark Souls because, you know, that was the, no, you kiss my ass. That's ridiculous. And here we go. I'm going to fight this Jaggers. It should be pretty easy because it's just a Jaggers. He's going to run. But my point is that this fucking bullshit with its difficulty spikes, you know, which it does have difficulty spikes. You had these animation cycles. It took them forever to figure out that you have to. I forgot. That's the only thing I don't like about this game is it's the normal ammo only shoots like one, but normal ammo 2 is what you want because they'll give you the rapid fire kind of a thing. But no, you knew for fuck's sake that why would you borrow from that except to say, well, you know, that's a popular game series, so we want to make people feel like, no, Monster Hunter should never play like Dark Souls, should be nothing like that game. They are different games all the way around. It's freaking ridiculous. I can't stand the fact that you, even with the armor skills that give you the ability to drink potions faster, don't do that. Don't do that. That is absolutely ridiculous. I don't care. It's so stupid, and I don't want to deal with that. And the fact that, you know, like I said, it's the thing that I fucking hate about this game. Is like, why are you borrowing anything from anybody? I mean, literally. Now we're gonna do this real quick and then blast it with the Wyvern Blast of Mines here and get some damage on it, which is good. Reload. Here we go. Gonna do some damage. Oh, he's a knockdown again. I got one more I'm gonna throw down. And it's just, why? Because it wasn't unnecessary. And everybody who talks about the thing, oh, well, you know, they try to make it more accessible, and it's like, no, it's more accessible in a sense, but not in the fact that it isn't. Because if it was more accessible, you wouldn't have made it so fucking hard and hitting these huge brick walls. Oh, go to high rank? You're fucked because there's nothing in low rank that's going to protect you, not really, against anything in high rank as far as your armor and stuff's concerned, unless you spend all your armor cores to try to upgrade that armor as best as you can. Oh, that's right. You'll need those armor cores for later. But there you have it, right? It's so ridiculous. This fucking game, like I said, I play this in small doses. I can't play it any other way. It's a complete fucking bunch of bullshit. I can't stand this game most days because I can play Rise because Rise is incredibly balanced and they fixed those problems. I don't have those clipping issues. I don't have that. I was able to get to high rank, by the way, like on my own. And halfway through that, on my own, no help from anybody, no fucking online shit, nothing, because they decided to balance their creatures better than they are in this fucking game. And a lot of people say, well, it's because it's Nintendo, they wanted to make it easier. No, they didn't. It's the same fucking game. They just changed a lot about it and made it so much better of a game than it was that I don't have any problem playing Rise. Matter of fact, I got Generations recently for the Switch and enjoying that because it's like classic Monster Hunter, and I kind of love classic Monster Hunter, you know? It's just one of those things. And I just don't understand why they, after all this time, they couldn't fucking fix the clipping issues. They couldn't fucking fix, any of that shit. You couldn't fix the input lag on a lot of stuff. And this game has a ton of that too. I know I just fucking dodged, but I didn't dodge. Or how about when your character like sits there and, oh, something happened and your character falls down and you have this terribly cycled animation where you're trying to get up and you're crawling away. You can't do anything until that cycles through, and then you could still fucking get hit. You could still get hit by fucking creatures. It's fucking garbage. And I don't understand that. I'm waiting for the animation get up cycle to fucking cycle through. And you mean to fucking tell me that I gotta sit here and deal with that bullshit? I gotta sit here and I can still get hit while the fucking camera takes a shit? Oh, fuck you. And while the animation cycle is going through, sometimes takes a minute. And why is it sometimes my character leaps, like when I'm dodging, and instead of just rolling out of the fucking way, because it's randomized like that? Or how about the other thing that I bitched about forever, that I've been bitching about and bitching about and bitching about? Thank you for your shitty fucking lock-on camera, because now they got it where it's like you can lock on. It doesn't do a traditional lock-on, and if I hit L1, it'll turn myself back around towards that creature. Why do I gotta hit a button to hit another button? Just stay locked on the fucking thing the whole time. Follow the fucking action. All the other Monster Hunter games do it, but not you. No, you can't fucking do that, can you? Fuck you for fucking just not, anything you can do to fucking make the game more difficult, and the fucking difficulty spikes and the brick walls you hit in this fucking game. And what the fuck, Monster Hunter? What the fuck? Right? And anybody that plays this game is going to say something like, well, you just need to get good at it. Motherfucker, I beat the game. I went all the way to Ishara Valda. I beat it. Okay? I didn't have to get good. I had several things that was already taken care of in the fucking game. So I don't want to hear this bullshit get good crap, because I'm already decent at the game. My point is, it's garbage. I hate hitting those difficulty spikes, and they knew it. As I said before, we added the defender armor and the defender weapons because half our player base just couldn't get to the fucking end of the game. Not Iceborne to fucking Xenogenova. They gave up and stopped playing the motherfucker. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? They fucking know they have these difficulty spikes. They fucking know they had them. They know they had them. And because they had them, they fucking added those base armor and weapons. And if you're playing low rank, there's zero fucking reason, for you to ever not use them, because they're the only thing that's going to let you get that advantage over their fucking bullshit monsters, and they're clipping, and they're fucking way too much damage, and the fucking difficulty spikes, and all the other bullshit that happens in this fucking game that could have been fixed, and they chose not to, because 3.5 years later, the same fucking problems are playing in this game as they always have. Which is why when I played Rise, I was like, wow, what a breath of fresh air. They fixed the shit. They couldn't fix this game that sold like gangbusters, but will fucking fix the issues in the next one that's on Switch that not everybody's playing. You know what, Monster Hunter? I'll leave you with this, Capcom. You can go fuck yourself with this bullshit. I get so tired of playing this game, doing it in small doses, and just finding myself not having the best time with it because of those spikes, because of those clipping, because I'm forced to use certain armors and grind out certain creatures and fight something 5, 6, 10 times to be able to build a piece of gear so I can fight the Kirin or the Lagania or whatever. But then as soon as the next monster I have to fight in the story, I gotta switch armors again. I can't just use what I had because it has this element. Yeah, go fuck yourself with that. This is an RPG. Let me play the game how I want. Don't force me down the path that you want. Don't fucking do that. And that's why I did this video on Monster Hunter What the Fuck, because I wanted to cover the Defender shit and why they fucking did it, and I wanted to cover the fucking issues this game's had for 3.5 fucking years that they still haven't fixed, and I had to wait till Rise came out to get those fixes. That's what pisses me off about this game. I will always love this game, but I will always fucking loathe it for the bullshit. And everybody who plays this game should know what I'm talking about. Monster Hunter, what the fuck? Hey everybody, this has been another great episode of the Gaming Roundtable. I appreciate you tuning in, and please check me out on the Gaming Roundtable and Unpaid Gamers on YouTube.com. Check out Posthuman Guys, I said earlier, and Banloss, the Apex guy. You got to check us out. Subscribe to our channel, like our channel. And if some of you out there may not like some of the stuff I talked about with Monster Hunter World, because I know it's a lot of people's favorite game, and as much as I do love the series, I feel like that I'm allowed to be critical about a game series that I actually love. And if you can't be critical and see the issues in there, then you know what? Maybe you should think about, you continue playing your game, but not all games are created perfectly. And I want these things to be fixed in the fucking game. That's why I bitch about them. And that's why I did this video. It's out of love, not out of hate. I just loathe a lot of the aspects of this game, and I only play it in small doses anymore because I just can't sit here and play it and play it and play it. I just fucking can't. I just can't anymore. It has made me so mad on too many occasions. I'm just done. Just done with it. Fuck it, right? Anyway, this has been the Gaming Roundtable, and remember, starting in October 1st through the 31st, a horror, scary, spectacular game every single night in the month of October. And we're going to start, my beautiful fiance is going to fix this up for me. It's going to be a great month, and we have a lot of games to cover. There is going to be a From the Beginning. I am going to do a From the Beginning tonight, shortly, after I eat and get another video in. So we are going to go full steam ahead with the Gaming Roundtable. And please remember to subscribe and like that button. Hit those buttons. Subscribe to Unpaid Gamers. Subscribe to People's Machine Gaming Roundtable. And subscribe to the Apex Legend Banloss and Posthuman Guy and our videos, because we are bringing you this. We don't get paid for it, but we love doing it. Games are the games, and it's fucking tastic. I love doing this stuff. It's a lot of fun. I know I haven't been putting out as much content as late, but that's only because work and a million other things have kept me busy. I don't say it's a great excuse, but it's a decent excuse. And anyway, just remember to tune in to Gaming Roundtable, and if you want to write me, email me with suggestions or comments or thoughts, please write me at gamingroundtableupg@gmail.com. I'll see you on the next episode of the Gaming Roundtable. And as always, gamers, good gaming.